It's Thursday, January 20th, 2022, and the morning edition is live. On today's show, schools set to reopen across the country. An historic hotel soon to close its doors. The Prime Minister is back home. And the Department of Corrections introduces a new visitation program. So let's start the morning off right.
The Morning Edition is brought to you by We Buy You Sell Company, your leading hurricane impact windows, doors, and tile specialist.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Edition. That morning goes out to everyone in the country except Charles Leonard Fisher, who I know is coming up with a smart remark.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Charles Fisher, but I feel like King Tut this morning on behalf next to my queen, Egyptian queen. Good morning, queen.
Good morning, Fisher. I knew you were coming up with something. I knew. You were fishing. You looked at me all morning trying to figure out what you're going to say. Now it actually came out. I'm not afraid. I'm not ashamed.
Nice.
I love changing my hairstyles.
Nice. It looks nice. It suits you.
You want to try it on one day?
No.
Maybe I could bring one of my units for you. Would you like a red,
how long does something like this, because yesterday, if all our viewers know, you had that long goal here, now you're into this Egyptian queen
this is
style.
like 60 seconds. This is a 60-second unit. All I have to do is make sure my hair is braided and that's it. I can take it off at night. I could do whatever I want. I'm not ashamed. I could even rest it on your head if you want it. I don't care.
Trick or treat is coming up, Mel. It looks like you are prepared for that quite early.
I can be anyone you want me to be. I could be Blondie, Oriental, anything.
I always thought you had a split personality.
I do.
You can be anybody you want to be. But we're in for another great show. We're going to talk about cervical cancer. That's cervical cancer. Man,
That's
two doctors in the
very
studio.
important because a lot of women do not go and get physicals on an annual basis. So we are going to make sure that a lot of women know the information when it comes to cervical cancer.
Schools are opening Monday. Some parents are happy. Some kids thought they would have a long...
the parent that is happy.
They thought they would have a long summer break. And also, we loose like a goose this morning. We're going to go to the birthday boy, the singing bishop.
Yes.
He celebrated his birthday this week, and Kelsey was down there cutting chicken, baking cake.
I also cut cake, and I sang. So if anyone out there who wants to sign me, I can actually, I don't know, sing. I think that's what they say.
Let's go to the more serious part of this show. The person, Desmond Sanders, who's out there on the street, who says he has a birthday every day. Good morning, birthday boy Desmond. It's not your birthday.
Yes, Charles. Yes, Kelsey. I celebrate life, and it's a birthday celebration all year round. I'm actually on Prince Charles Drive, a pretty active scene here, as you can tell. Traffic police tell me that over the last several weeks, there's been some major accidents on this thoroughfare. So I want to advise motorists to please drive to arrive alive. The life you save can be our very own. I've got my good friend here, Anton Forbes, fitness trainer. He's been working out since 4 this morning. What's the advantage of working in a cool climate like this one this morning?
Working in a climate like this is you stay active, you stay healthy, you build a healthy immune system, and that's the body's first defense against foreign infections and diseases, man.
So it's January. A number of persons have a number of fitness goals. How important is fitness to overall health this year as we make those resolutions?
I think fitness is optimal importance. You can't function without a healthy body and a healthy mind. So it helps you in your everyday function, and it also helps to fight off against,
That's right, and you know what? Next time I'm going to have my fitness gear, I'm going to have my pump, my shorts, and everything tennis ready to go. But give us an idea of some of those short exercises that we could do whilst in the comfort of our own homes.
Sure.
Take it away.
Sure, no problem. We have a few easy exercises that you can do in the comfort of your own home. Get your heart rate elevated and keep you active. So here we go. So we have just with a ball. You can start on your legs. We can do a few lunge twists to work our legs and our core. So here we go. 1, Stretch from side to side. Back up. Here, stretch, side to side. Back up. Here, stretch, side to side. Back up. Here, stretch, side to side. Back up. When done, let's keep the heart rate elevated. And just slam the ball down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I promise you.
And we're
6.
definitely going to continue this in just a few minutes. But that's what's happening here, Prince Charles Drive. We're getting our mind, our soul together for the new year. And motorists, as you head out, be careful on the streets. Back to you, Kelsey and Charles in the studio.
Thanks a lot, Desmond. We are not waking up to that cold conditions like we've seen the 3 previous mornings. 64 degrees, clear skies, winds north at 2 miles per hour. Humidity 93%. Our surface ridge across the air will migrate eastward further into the Atlantic. Meanwhile, a gradual intrusion of low to mid-level moisture will increase shower and thunderstorm activity across portions of the Bahamas throughout tonight. For the northwest Bahamas, weather partly cloudy to cloudy and warm with widely scattered showers and the chance of isolated thunderstorms by later on this evening. For the central and southeast Bahamas, weather variably cloudy, warm and breezy with a few passing showers throughout tonight. Daytime high temperature 79, overnight low of 66. And as we look ahead to Friday, mostly sunny, 80 degrees in the day, 66 at night. And then on Saturday, it gets a little dark clouds, 79 in the day, 67 at night. Expect some rain here and there.
The Ministry of Education, Technical and Vocational Training has announced that in-person learning for students across the Bahamas will resume this Monday, January 24th. The decision based on the advice from health officials. Schools will begin with the hybrid model using all health and safety protocols. The British Colonial Hilton Hotel, a longtime fixture in downtown Nassau, has given notice of its closure. Management noting in a January 18th letter to employees that after carefully analyzing the property's business performance over an extensive period of time and the dismissal business forecast for the foreseeable future, it has determined to cease operations here. The cross-the-board redundancies are expected to take effect February 15th. Hotel officials met with Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, Wednesday, enlightening him on the operational management concerns that based the final decision.
We want the same things they want. We want them to be successful. We want there to be more guests coming to this property. And we're working hand in hand with them, using our contacts around the world to provide some support and to see how we might cause this property to remain open. They want to preserve value. They understand the iconic nature of this property, the importance to the tourism product and the economy. And therefore, I'm satisfied that over the course of the next few weeks, we'll be able to put our heads together and come up with something that makes sense.
Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, the Honorable Philip Davis QC, is back home following his trip to World Expo 2020 in Dubai. The Prime Minister touting the trip as a success to his government's intention to solidify diplomatic relations with the United Arab Emirates. 173 new cases of COVID-19 being reported in the latest release from the Ministry of Health. 155 on New Providence, 4 on Grand Bahama, 3 on Eleuthera, 2 each on Exuma and Andros, and another one on Long Island. 48 of the New Providence residents, along with one from Exuma and the case from Long Island, show a history of travel within 14 days. Hospitalizations are down by 1, sitting at 147, 8 of in the intensive care unit. There are 124 new recoveries, with 7,314 cases still active. The rise in COVID cases are a concern for health officials. Director of National HIV, AIDS, and Infectious Disease Program, Dr. Nakia Forbes, says it is still too soon to tell if the country has reached the peak of the 4th wave.
We look at the trends in the weekly average. We look at the percentage positives. We look at the trend in hospitalization. And that will tell us where we are with this wave and when we're going to peak and when cases are coming down consistently. And to know that you have something significant going on, you need to look at those trends over a period of time. You need at least 2 to 3 weeks.
With more than 54 million taxpayer dollars diverted to its year-long cause, the pandemic-born and now defunct National Food Distribution Task Force has been the subject of heavy scrutiny as of late. Director of Communications in the Office of the Prime Minister, Latrell Ramming, says an initial review of its items proved puzzling.
On the surface of the issue, I think that there are legitimate concerns as to why there was a lack of internal mechanisms that would have led to a proper account and documentations as to what would have happened in this process.
Virtual-only visits from family and friends now an option for prisoners after a 2-year break due to COVID-19 pandemic. The Bahamas Department of Corrections has launched its pilot electronic inmate visitation program, allowing prisoners to communicate with loved ones for 10 minutes. Canceling travel to New Providence for family islanders, as well as eliminating the smuggling of contraband into facility are some of the program's benefits, as cited by the Minister of National Security, the Honorable Wayne Munro.
The public should know that this will not be a free-for-all where you get secret information out of the prison and send it in. You will be monitored. They will disrupt your call and end it if you are not following the rules. But all that being said, I think this is a banner day for BDOCS. Not only on the retirement of a faithful officer for 43 years of service, but it is very good that it aligns with the launch of the pilot for this. Once we get all the kinks ironed out, we're sure that the security concerns are addressed, then it would be expanded so that hopefully going forward, this may end up being the predominant means by which people exercise the right of visit.
Fixed and mobile services provided by Cable Bahamas Business Solutions helps our customers help their customers adapt to the new way of paying for things. Digital Wallets makes your transactions faster, more convenient, and secure. Whether it's using a debit card at the grocery store or making online payments for your monthly expenses, Digital Wallets powered by Cable Bahamas Business Solutions makes it better. For more information on our fixed and mobile services, contact the experts at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
January is Cervical Cancer Awareness Month, and this is Cervical Cancer Prevention Week. This morning, we are joined by Dr. Riley Butler and Dr. Deron Holiday to speak more about it. Gentlemen, welcome to the morning edition. Either one of you can take this first question. What are the cervical cancer signs and symptoms?
Okay. Morning. Thank you very much for having us. It's indeed a privilege to be here. So, cervical cancer in the very early stages does not have signs or symptoms. And that's why we emphasize regular checkups, as you may have alluded to earlier. There are no signs and symptoms because disease starts as a microscopic process. In other words, we can only detect it by looking for it. By the time there are signs and symptoms, the disease is advanced, and we have to do very advanced medical treatments to aim to get a cure. So some of the signs is the patient may complain of pressure in the pelvic area. They may complain of an abnormal vaginal discharge that doesn't go away in spite of medical treatment. They will complain of abnormal bleeding. They could also complain of bleeding after sex, and this is what drives many of the patients to seek health care. And often by the time these symptoms are present, there's a visible mass on the cervix, and this could present a challenge in terms of treatment, which we'll discuss later. As the disease progresses, it would begin to put more pressure and invade the surrounding structures. So in more advanced disease, the disease can erode into the bladder, and therefore urine would come through the vagina. It can erode into the rectum, so that stool would come to the vagina. It can spread to the sides of the pelvis and block the kidney, so patients could prevent in kidney failure. And in light of all these life-altering and debilitating presentations, we advocate prevention.
Dr. Butler, do you see an increase in cervical cancer here in the Bahamas?
This is a catch-2 question. Certainly, COVID has complicated this issue, and so it appears to us at the moment that the numbers may be increasing because our women can't get out to get their pap smears as regularly as they should. And more importantly, as Dr. Holliday alluded to, we have a simple test that God has allowed us to put a very gentle instrument into the vagina and take samples. And those samples can give us an idea and the answer whether or not the disease is pre-invasive, as he said, asymptomatic, or in fact, to the point where they become symptomatic and there is a lesion present. So the short answer is it is not under control at the moment, and COVID has not been as fortunate to help us keep these numbers down where they need to be, because they just can't get to see their health providers in a timely fashion.
Dr. Holliday, Dr. Butler mentioned that the pandemic has caused a lot of problems, especially for women who want to come in for treatment. So can you tell us who are more at risk in cervical cancer?
In terms of risk, everyone is at risk. So the science tells us that 80% of sexually active women would acquire the human papilloma virus during their lifetime. And we now know that 99% of cervical cancers are due to the human papilloma virus. So in other words, once you're sexually active, you're at risk for cervical cancer. And it doesn't matter how infrequent. If you did it, chances are you got it. And the virus can potentially stay around for a long time in up to 10% of the women who never clear the virus. And for these reasons, we have several preventative strategies that we can talk about, and the need for screening and regular health interventions is necessary, because if we catch it early, we can help. If we catch it late, it's very it's very hard to treat. There's a lot of disability associated with it, and the cure rates are very low for stage 3 and 4 disease, which is much less than 50%, and only 10% for stage 4 disease, where it's widespread. And often the treatments are extremely expensive. So that's why we emphasize prevention.
All right, Dr. Holliday and Dr. Butler, thank you so much for joining us on the morning edition. The information was extreme.
Well, police have made an arrest in the shooting death of a woman hit by a stray bullet as she exited a vehicle headed to a prayer meeting on Robinson Road on Tuesday night. We have a reaction this morning from the pastor who was inside the church when the homicide occurred.
We was about to start our prayer meeting. We came in early, 7 o'clock, with intercessors coming into prayer. My member, her sister, was visiting. She was trying to come out of the vehicle, and her sister didn't have a mask on, so she went back to the car. We heard the hail of the bullets and coming and all, but I believe it was a stray bullet, ricochet, maybe off the building or such, and it hit her sister, who was coming to prayer meeting along with her. The members were shocked because we was in a state of fasting and praying, and everybody started to pray and cry out to the Lord and stuff for this tragic situation. The police is doing an excellent job because their response time was excellent.
Police need your help this morning in arresting a group of intruders who vandalized the Bahamas Girl Guides facility on Marshall Road. Our Desmond Sanders has this exclusive.
This is going to set us back with equipment loss. We're going to have to beg, borrow.
The Bahamas Girl Guides Camp Discovery on Marshall Road left bare. Personnel at the facility speechless, trying to make sense of an act of vandalism that will take weeks, possibly months, to restore.
This is most distressing, and I can't imagine when the girls find out about it, because the campsite is very dear to them.
These senseless thieves and vandals stormed at this facility on Monday, stealing $60,000 worth of supplies and ransacked this compound. Girl Guides staff and police now scrambling to rebuild.
They simply gained forced entry into our dining and kitchen area, which we call our activity center, and they made off with every possible thing. They made off with our refrigerator, our freezer, our stove, all the kitchen appliances, a set of 100 settings of dishes and plates and cups and saucers and cereal bowls and knives and forks and table settings of serving for 100 children, 10 at a table.
Assistant Chief Commissioner of the Bahamas Girl Guides Association, Elma Garraway, and Assistant Chief Commissioner with responsibility for program policy, Louise Barry, wants justice.
Our general security left the gate open for one of our contractors who's doing some work on our bush medicine garden to gain access. And we're assuming it is through there, that because it's only one way in and one way out. So we're assuming that the intruders came by truck and took whatever they were able to take, inclusive of some of our tents and our cots, our camp beds.
The plan is to secure the place as best we can before we look at refurbishing, because we wouldn't want a repeat of what has happened now.
Now, officials asking for the public's help in capturing the brazen bandits. They're also asking for financial donations to assist with repairs.
Now, to help for the Girl Guides, many thanks for your support, greatly appreciated. You can go to the Royal Bank of Canada, main branch, Bay Street, savings account number 1101047.
As we head to the break, we take a look back at today in Bahamian history. On January 20th, 1991, Eastern Airlines closed shop in the Bahamas. Also on this day in 2003, the Nassau Guardian was sold by publisher John Perry to a Bahamian group.
Based tourism supplies almost $50 million in revenue for Androsians every year. These priceless resources will continue to provide renewable benefits for thousands of people for years to come, as long as we take long-term action to preserve what's rightfully ours. The natural environment has played a vital role in our culture and economy for generations. Let's take care of nature, and nature will take care of us.
Eunice knows full well about the buzz in the straw market. Eunice has been in the market from when she was a child, working closely with her loved ones who crafted some of the authentic straw bags and dolls that visitors love to purchase. Now, she's a stall owner and knows the highs and lows that comes with being out in the market.
I have no complaints. It's up, down, but that's expected. That's expected, you know. December was a flow, but now it's January, you know, everybody is back to work. Kids are back into school, so, and then with the little spike in the COVID, so, you know, we are seeing a little decline in the cruise ships or a decline in the customers and so, yeah, so it's an up and down thing.
Well, Fisher, as promised, we told the visitors and the viewers that they will get a treat from the nation singing Bishop. Do you have moves like the Bishop?
Gotta play the music. When at the end of
DJ Slink.
No. I want our viewers to see the story first with Kelsey, and then I'll at the end of the show.
No, at least you could see, we can see if you can do it, a footwork or something.
Yep.
Okay, let's see if you can match what the bishop is doing.
Let's see what the bishop is going to do first.
This 55, I get a little old now. In a Wawa. In a Wawa, give me some Wawa. Share it, loose like a goose. Oh, Lord, I'm so tired. I can't dance, yeah. I need to lose weight. Answer, Lord. And I've learned how to pray. Oh, found the answer, Lord. And I learned how to pray.
Well, those moves doesn't look like he is 55. It looks like you're 75 and need a wheelchair, Fisher. But we'll go to Bishop because he celebrated 55 on Monday and we were loose like a goose.
How are you doing? Did they told you it's the prophet birthday today? Do you have a gift for me? What is your gift? Hello? My darling, how you doing? You all right? I try to let you know it's a birthday. It's the bishop birthday. Why are you acting like that? It's the bishop birthday. And this evening, 4 o'clock, they're gonna have a party. My children is putting on a party. You come in?
Wait, there's more.
Loose like a goose.
One day isn't enough for the singing bishop who brought a new meaning to the term loose like a goose. Bishop Lawrence Roll, who is now famous for his live recordings on Facebook, danced his way into the Big 55 on Monday. His day started with a quick prayer in the Fields Oats Coral Harbor, followed by lunch preparations, a concert, and feeding of 250 persons.
God has really been good to me, and I really give God a lot of praises because there's a lot of blood clots come out of me where I work so hard. You know, I work very, very hard in the community, and we was not going to have this birthday because I said, if I have this birthday bash on tonight, how they can eat on Wednesday? But my son come out of nowhere and said, Daddy, we gotta do it.
And if you're wondering why the bishop is loose like the goose, I'll just let him explain.
I'm loose right now. I can't wait till today. Before I hit 55, I was loose. The matter of fact, when the country was locked down, I was loose. Because we use the term lock down but not lock out. You know, we inspired people to be encouraged. And it is what it is. You see how the hat moving? That's, see? Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, 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 found the answer, Lord. Let me go stop and cook my rice. You could imagine, this hat was in Dubai. What you call the place? See?
When it comes to cooking, Bishop is a master chef. He even taught me a thing or two.
Lord have mercy. This is off the chain. Even the chicken saying happy birthday.
That's not all. I sang while he danced. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. We lose like a goose. We lose like a goose. We lose like a goose. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Bishop.
Okay, so you look like you had a real good time. How was the food?
It was good. I learned how to clean chicken. I learned how to scorch it. I don't know why we scorch the chicken, but I learned how to do that. And I sang.
That's one thing you didn't learn.
How to sing?
Yeah, and you still don't learn.
One thing you don't know how to do is dance.
Oh,
that.
So 55. That's a new.
Let's see if you can match the bishop.
I need some music.
You can't blame me. It's
came on with some loops like a goose song.
Listen here. You
get ready to go? Well, be sure to stay tuned to the ZNS Network for news as it happens. TV and radio updates throughout the day. Then you can tune into the Northern Edition at 6:30 and the Bahamas tonight at 7. And before we get out here,
blame it on a rake and scrape. Blame it on a rake and scrape. Blame it on a rake and scrape. Watch this color I got do for you now. Don't try this at home. Hey! Look here. You all see where my partner going here. Good mother says, you mean to tell me